What's up, everybody? This is Killer Arcade Games. I'm Chris, and today we're going to look through another strategy guide from the olden days, the days when paper still mattered. And I'm still kind of working out the format of these videos, so I hope this is going to turn out well. But this one is for Mortal Kombat 4, the arcade version, and yes, it's sitting on a genuine Mortal Kombat 4 arcade cabinet. So I thought it was fitting to do it here, and it actually is kind of the easiest place for me to show it. So let's go for it. We open the front page. This is from Prima Publishing, Rockland, California. Phone number's there. I doubt it still works. I'd be surprised if there's still a company. Simon Hill. I wonder if Simon Hill is the guy who wrote it, is what I'm assuming. The paper is a little less satisfying than you'd think. It's kind of rough. I don't know. There's something about that I don't really love. But I do like this book in general. I used to mainly buy these because I love the games so much. I already knew how to play them, but just having like a book about a game you love was awesome. Now you could tell here, and maybe I'll try and zoom in really quickly. You could tell that they really ripped these from the real arcade. So I'm sure they had some kind of capturing device where they can somehow hook up to an arcade video signal back then and pull images out, which was awesome. I love that. I still don't know how they did it even back then, but they did. And you can tell because it's low resolution. Most people don't know that arcade games nowadays, or not nowadays, but back then ran at very, very low resolutions. They were at like 320p or something crazy. So this makes sense they look like that. Let's move on. We've got, oh God. So I loved all the old art bits that they would get probably from the manufacturer or from Midway directly. Let me try and pull this over more. There's a glare. I love just, this is from the promotional shot from like they made a flyer for the arcade back in the day to sell to vendors. And that's what that's from. I would love to get a high-res rip of that somehow, but I'm also not going to butcher my magazine just to rip it or scan it in any way. I also loved all the characters that would be in it. The introduction, I'm going to leave this here for just a second if you want to read it. Pause and read it. That's up to you. Let's move on. Oh, here we go. Prologue. We've got Raiden over here looking just stoic. Look at him. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm just going to go protect Earthrealm. Anyway, the Combat Core. With a K, good thing they didn't add another one. That would have been a little rough. All right, so yeah, more screenshots of the game. You know what's interesting? Some of these shots are from different revisions of the arcade. Let me pick it up and show you real quick. So right here, this is probably from revision 1 or 2. I remember there, when they had the tour going around, they would have hidden stuff there. Unless I'm wrong, someone can let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's what it looked like back on the different revisions. When I picked up this cabinet you're seeing it on, I had a revision 2 board inside. I already swapped it to revision 3 because I hate, basically, other than the interesting factor, there's no reason to play the older revisions. So here we go. Just this is basically going through everything, fatalities, all that stuff. Basic fighting strategy. This is pretty good. Again, I'll try to, let me show you guys better here, just in case you want to pause it and read any of this. Boom. All right. Let's move on. I've probably never read almost any of this, but you know, it is what it is. Let's look how low res some of that is. Look at that. It's like chunky graphics. And that's exactly what it would really look like, you know, if you, especially if you took a screenshot of the arcade and just zoomed in on it. So, you know, now, if you saw my other Mortal Kombat video where it was the console version strategy guide, and maybe you didn't, because this is still an experimental video that's going out to members only at the time, members of the channel only. Now, if it's on YouTube, obviously it worked out and I decided to release it, but it had character ratings, or a rating system for every character. It was a 0 to 10 kind of deal, and some of them I agreed with and some I did not agree with, and this is one I don't know if I agree with. I don't like Fujin. I don't like playing as Fujin, but there's his overall. He's a 3 out of 5, you know. It's fine. I don't know why the speed is different. I guess some characters are technically faster in their comboing and all that. Maximum damage combos are in this one, which is good. It shows you the fatalities, which, look at that, Johnny Cage's face right at the screen as his head's coming towards it. I do like the layout of the magazine or the strategy guide. I think it looks clean. And here we go. We have Jarek. He's a 3 out of 10 as well. He's slower. Now, I can see that because he has the spin up moves, the moves that kind of move at, or the special moves that move slowly towards you. Ease of use, I don't know. I debate that. I would say he's more like a 2 to 3 maximum for me. I don't find him to be that exciting to use or easy to use, really. Let's move on to Jax. Now, Jax has apparently got some slow moves. I don't know. I kind of think he's a little faster than that. His strength is high, especially probably because he has that throw move where he just tosses you back and forth and takes a ton of damage from you. Ease of use, I kind of agree with that. He's got a couple very simple moves that can knock stuff out of the park. Another 3.5, or 3 out of 5, I mean. And then we can move on to Johnny Cage. His speed is higher. You know, again, I'm not sure what they base this on. He's the first character we've seen so far, according to Simon Hill, I think his name was, to say he's a 4 out of 5. I never found him super easy to use. He has some clunky moves, in my opinion, like his uppercut here. Back, down, back, high punch. You're having to knock that move out slowly. It's not a half circle move. It's not a back forward move. It's a back, down, back, and then a button. So people are going to see it coming. The groin punch is a quick move to pull off, which, look at poor Quan Chi. He just got it. Grainy Quan Chi. Now, I'm not knocking the magazine or the strategy guide for using that. I like that they use the real arcade stuff, personally. I'd rather see grainy to know that it's real. Okay, so I have some agreeing and disagreeing here with old Kai. Kai, I feel like, should have a 2 all the way across the board. At least ease of use is down to 2. It's not so much that his moves are difficult to pull off. I find his moves to be basically useless. The fireballs over here are a waste of time. They are seen coming a mile away. They take too long to hit the character, so I don't know why anybody tries to even pull them off. His weapon is good, I'll say that. His fatalities are pretty solid, but he's not my favorite character by any means. Let's move on to Louis Kang. That's his Christian name, I believe. I don't know why. I always make this ridiculously terrible joke about him with that, but anyway. I disagree here quite a bit. I think he's a pretty fast character. Now, well, it's not on this page. His flying kick is slow-ish, but he's a great character, super fast. I think he should be a 4 or 5 on the speed. His strength, you know, maybe I agree with that. His moves, I think, are solid. They're, you know, very easy to tie into combos. I think his ease of use should be much higher, personally. Overall, I would give him a 4 out of 5, no problem. Here we go, Quan Chi. Okay, I pretty much agree with this rating, actually. I think Quan Chi is a quietly awesome character that not a lot of people gave him a chance, but this is a pretty solid rating that I do agree with, at least personally. I think he's a stronger character than that. So far, I don't think we've seen anybody with 5 full stars or bars, whatever you want to call it. We got Raiden, again, misspelled. So in the other strategy guide, they went with the Y as well. And what's funny is you can't see the... Oh, you can kind of see the... See if that over here. Yeah, so we can see it here. Raiden, R-A-I-D-E-N. I don't know why they all insist on doing it with a Y, which, you know, maybe that's why they did it. I don't know. So you would ask why. I don't get it. But Raiden's rating is, I mostly agree with it. I think that they're saying he's a little more powerful than he is, personally, or his moves are, but overall, you know, he's not a hard character to play as. Let's move over here to Rico. Again, you know what? I think I do agree with this. I think he's got some really great combos that I don't really see, and I don't see people using him much, but I think he's a pretty good character. Again, no one has hit the 5-bar mark. Let's keep moving. It's Rico again. Reptile. Okay. I don't agree with this very much. He is fast. He's very fast. But his moves, I kind of agree with that. I think he should be more of a 2 because, well, you know what? That's not true because you can pull off some decent combos with his moves. His acid spit, in my opinion, is way too slow, too much build-up. But that said, when the AI does it against me, it's hard to get away from it. I mean, even if you try and block it or jump out of the way of it, it's got a pretty good range. Personally, I'd give him an overall 3 out of 5, but that's me. Here we go, Scorpion. What is up with Scorpion? So both magazines have not rated him anywhere near as high as I think he should be. He's kind of my go-to in Mortal Kombat 4. I think he's very fast, especially if you do his teleport punch move, which they call it... what do they call it? It's not in here. Let's see what they call it. I'm just interested. Teleport punch. I nailed it. All right, his flame breath is useless in my opinion. It's just cool. But his teleport punch, you can tie into some really fast, fun combos. And overall, I would give him a 5, personally. I don't know why they didn't feel quite the same about it, but they did not. I think he's a very, very solid character in this game. And we have Shinnok. So, okay, so this one is debatable. I think the reason they're giving him an overall 4 is because he can literally take the moveset of any character in the game. He has no moves on his own, which is kind of weird. They gave him 4 out of 5 on that. I mean, technically, a morph, I guess, is, or an impersonation move, as they call it, is technically, I don't know. I guess it's technically his moves, but really that's kind of... I'd have given him like a 2, honestly. But still, a 4 overall. If you can master and memorize all of these morph moves, then you can actually be a really good fighter. The only problem is when he transitions into the character, you don't see it. You only get an audio cue, and you don't hear it when he... It's hard to hear if the game's really hectic when you lose that character, because it just reads the name of Shinnok again. It just says Shinnok, and then you're back to what you were. Here we go with... Oh, I guess I missed it. Sonya Blade. Wow. She's a weak character, according to them, and I think I'd agree with that. It's not that I don't like her. It's that some of her moves are very difficult to pull off. Now, her moves... She has solid moves, according to this writer. Personally, I'd give her a 3 out of 5. Now, that said, fighting her in the arcade game, she's my most dreaded character to battle. She's my Jade of MK4. I don't like fighting her, and I will usually turn the tower to try and avoid fighting her. Oh, Sub-Zero, I must have... Yep, too many pages. Sub-Zero, all right. Again, you know what? This is actually one of the ones I agree with. I think his ease of use is up there. I think his moves are kind of weak-ish. And I think overall he's a 3, and I think he's pretty fast. So I do fully agree with this one. Let's look at Tanya. Tanya, oh, we have our first 5 out of 5. Speed. Tanya, I feel like, is an underrated character. Overall, I'd give her a solid 4, maybe 5. She's kind of, to me, like the female Scorpion in a weird way. She looks a little like him. Her moves are kind of similar as far as, like, her weapon pullout is actually the exact same. Overall, I kind of agree with this. I do think she should have a 4 out of 5, personally, but I like that we saw her first 5 out of 5. She's a fast character. Okay, well, oh, okay, and that's all for the character stuff. Combat conclusions. So, oh man, this is really cool. So it's summarizing the endings, and Jarek, let's see what it says for Jax. All right, we got to read this. Like Jarek's ending, this begins with Sonya talking to Jarek on a cliff. Sonya has come to take him back to prison. Jarek says he agreed to help defeat Shinnok, not give himself up. He believes the Black Dragon crime syndicate lives on. Jarek marches towards Sonya and she retreats to the cliff's edge. Sonya explains that the Black Dragon ended with Kano's death, or I believe it actually goes, the Black Dragon died with Kano. But Jarek doesn't believe her and tries to knock Sonya over the cliff. She dodges and Jarek falls over the edge. Sonya looks over, then turns away. She takes out a walkie-talkie and signals Jax. But as she does this, Jax climbs up behind her, grabs Sonya. He turns around to walk away, but Jax is standing behind him. Going somewhere, Jarek? I love that line. Jax grabs him by the neck and holds him over the edge of the cliff. Jarek pleads for his life, telling Jax that he should be arrested. Killing him would be a brutality. Jax says, no, Jarek, this is not a brutality. This is a fatality. Dun, dun, dun. He drops Jarek to his death. An epic ending. If you watch my channel, you know that we love that ending on this channel. Raiden spelled wrong there again. I loved it. You know what? If Simon... Let me look back. Is it Simon Hill? Yes, Simon, if you happen to see this, I'm not hating. I'm just interested to see why people think it was spelled with a Y in this game. I know it was confusing in the past, but it's literally on the screen in every shot he's in. Here we go with the combat codes. So on this one, oh, revision 2. I wonder what revision was out when this came out. That's interesting. But here we go. You can kind of see those if you want to pause and check them out. You know what? It might say what revision this was based on in the front of the book, but... Oh, wait a minute. Mortal Kombat 4 Online. Okay, Midway's official site, which I believe no longer exists, but you can check it out on the Wayback Machine or the Internet Archive. Look at that. Sorry, the light is rough. I'm trying to avoid glare, but that looks like the website. mk4.com. I wonder what this is. Ed Boon's homepage. That might still exist. I'll have to look. Interesting. There's the cool arcade again. That's a promo shot 'cause it's not all pixelated. An exclusive interview with Mortal Kombat creator Ed Boon. Look at that. Let's see if I can get it to where you can pause. Boom. Hopefully you'll be able to read this. Let me get closer. Interesting. Mortal Kombat history. Now, I know there's no way you're buying this book new, so I'm trying not to be a pirate here or contribute to... I definitely don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, so hopefully this isn't a problem, but there we go. Interesting stuff. I would assume Simon would want his work remembered rather than just forgotten because it's not sold anymore. Wow. Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, Mortal Kombat Mythologies. Oh boy. Don't read that one. Oh, this is cool. Compendium. Combat Compendium. So yeah, it just has all the moves in one spot. That's interesting. Oh no. Boy, this must be an interesting one. I feel bad. Truly bad for whoever had to play that game and make an entire strategy guide out of it. There's no way they could be flattering about it. It's a bad game, but anyway, crush your competition. Very cool. Let's look at the spine like a fatality here. Let's rip it. Look at that. Mortal Kombat 4, Prima's official strategy guide. Crucial cheat codes. They didn't want to go with the K's there because it would have been KKK. But there we have it. That is the Mortal Kombat Prima's Secrets of the Games by Simon Hill. This is my personal one that I've had since a kid, man. I love this thing. I just love the art. I don't know why. I could go through and read them repeatedly, but I have some more I can show you guys if you're interested. Please let me know in the comments if you want to see more of these. I used to have not decades, but I used to have years of strategy guides. I used to have years of Electronic Gaming Monthly, Game Pro. A lot of it got thrown out, but if these videos are doing well, this is a pretty long one, so we'll see. But if these videos are doing well, I might order some on eBay, find people who are selling theirs, and we'll go through some of them. It might be fun. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment and subscribe if you're new for more arcade content. Thank you for watching.